Another wild week in college football wrapped up in the first one with Big 12 conference play having started. Anthony Totri, Shane Diefenbach from the PHNX Sun Devil Show to break it all down. And there's no better place to start than the number 16 team and the number 17 team in the country, Texas Tech and Utah, taking it on. And man, Behren Morton, the Red Raiders, got it done. But I guess Will Hammond is the story of the game.
What a weird game,
right?
I mean, the first half was full of turnovers, mistakes, everything under the sun. And then, I mean, Tech looked like the better team all game.
Yeah, 100%.
It was just, when is it going to blow open? And it blew open in that fourth quarter when they outscored them 24-7.
Yeah, that defense looks legit. Obviously, the status of Behren Morton is going to be something to keep an eye on as the weeks continue to move on. We'll see if he's ready next week. But, I mean, regardless, Will Hammond, 13 of 16, buck 69, 2 touchdowns. Like, he commanded this offense.
Didn't skip a beat. And, yeah, it's easy to play loose when you have a defense like that behind you, and Utah hasn't been able to score. But as a freshman, uh-oh.
Any questions about Devin Napier at this point?
Yeah,
Utah,
I mean, that was the first, they haven't really played anybody.
Yeah.
So he looked shaky, but I don't think that Whittingham is going to have a problem getting him back on track.
Agreed. Got to have faith in Kyle Whittingham the same way that the Horned Frogs have faith in Josh Hoover's right arm. TCU outdueling SMU 35-24 on the back of Josh Hoover's 40 passing attempts, nearly 400 passing yards, and 5 touchdowns through the air. The Horned Frogs continue their air raid success. Staley man.
You know how we were talking about Sawyer Robertson or Heisman candidacy?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to switch to Josh Hoover. Not the greatest completion percentage, 22 of 40. 5 touchdowns. Only 1 interception. It's not easy to do, and by the way, getting everybody involved. Obviously, Eric McAllister's the guy.
254, 3 tutties.
254?
Yeah, he's a dog. He ate.
That's disgusting.
Poor SMU secondary, man. That's tough.
But SMU secondary, we've seen what... You know what it is? If whoever plays SMU, their quarterback's the next Heisman candidate.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
The same thing happened with Baylor. SMU's secondary is shaky at best. Lots of points scored in that game, but you cannot doubt how good TCU has looked. However, now that you're looking back at the schedule, looking at them 3-0 and looking how good Hoover's played, you're like, oh, wow. North Carolina sucks.
Yeah.
SMU's defense is horrible.
Yeah, they're 2-2 now.
And they beat Abilene Christian. So their first real test.
Friday
Probably
night.
Your Sun Devils.
Friday night against Arizona State. That should be a good one. We will get to ASU, but you bring up some shaky defense. There was plenty of it in this conference. Not on the side, though, of UCF. Not to be confused, not to be called Central Florida. We know Scott Frost doesn't like that. 34-9 in UCF's big win over Big Bill at UNC.
Are you ready to apologize for calling them the worst team in the Power Four?
I mean...
This guy said that.
Still no. Honestly, still no, man.
They're undefeated. They just maybe beat the worst team in the Power Four.
I guess that's fair. North Carolina is really, really, really bad. Is Bill in over his head?
He might be, man.
He might be. What'd you like from UCF? Just an efficient game all the way around and found a way to score 34 points.
I'm trying to figure out how they scored 34 points. There's no eye-popping numbers. They controlled the game. Taven Jackson played a turnover-free ball game, and they got out of there with a pretty easy W. They spread the ball around in the running game, and that's what UCF has kind of always wanted to do.
Yeah,
they just haven't really been able to do that. But you're 3-0 heading into Kansas State, which
interesting game.
If UCF doesn't walk into Kansas State's home and take their lunch money, I'm going to be concerned a little bit.
And that is after 1 week in conference play that we are saying this now. Nobody would have thought Kansas State would be
it's over.
where they are.
By the way, they're done. They're dead. Watch Kansas State. Kansas State honestly will probably win this game. I don't know. I can't say that.
I don't know, man.
I can't say that with confidence.
No.
They looked. Nothing is good. Nothing good has come out of Manhattan. Nothing.
No, not at all. But there is a good team in Kansas, and that is the Kansas Jayhawks. They had a massive win over Rich Rod and the West Virginia Mountaineers, 41-10. Jalon Daniels, not the best game in the world, but still 3 touchdowns. It was all about that ground game, Shane, and the Jayhawks win.
Yeah, the West Virginia Rich Rod train has come to a screeching halt.
It's off the rails.
I was its conductor, actually.
Oh, it's tough
I
for
was
you.
juiced after that win over Eli Holstein and that the Pitt Panthers in their, what is the backyard brawl, whatever it's called.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, they might not just be bad. I think you have your floor of the conference now. It's
West Virginia, Kansas State,
and Oak State.
Yeah,
I think Oak State
might be the worst
barrel that has been carved into flooring now. They are horrible. But we can get to them later. Yeah, Kansas looks good, man. I'm a Jalon Daniels guy, and definitely worried after that Missouri game, but he played real well.
Took care of business today.
Yep. Take care of business against Cincinnati. 9 a.m. Next week, by the way.
Interested to see how that one goes.
9 a.m. Big 12 games, Kansas State and UCF. And
where else would you rather be?
Kansas, nowhere.
LaShawn Williams, by the way, $129 on the ground, a touchdown. Kansas ran all over that West Virginia defense. 242 total yards on the ground for the Jayhawks. Looked like one of the best ground attacks in the conference, of course, coupled up with Jalon Daniels at quarterback. But you want to talk about one of the best ground games in the conference. Arizona State's in that conversation with the trio of running backs that they have, including Sam Leavitt at quarterback, who honestly didn't take off as much as you might have thought in Arizona State's 27-24 thriller over Baylor.
I mean, we're recording this an hour or two after the game, and my heart is still racing.
It's pounding.
Gonna have to take some Tums when I get home. Yeah,
trouble.
Yeah, Leavitt, 15 carries.
Yeah,
just not the production you had expected.
62 yards and a touchdown, right?
Yeah, but he had to do it with his legs. I guess the 15 carries is inflated by the 4 or 5 quarterback sneaks they had to run. Yeah. He was awesome tonight, and that run game. It's funny. I'm surprised Raleek Brown had 80 yards rushing. 21 carries for Raleek Brown tonight. Yeah. They kind of told you who their lead back was. I would expect that share to look a little bit different next week on Friday against TCU.
And I think they showed you a little bit of their identity too. They want to run the football. Like everybody knows, of course, they got Sam Leavitt, Jordan Tyson. Don't mistake that for anything that it's not. Arizona State wants to run the football. They've been very good at doing so. And don't sleep on the leg of Jesus Gomez, 4 for 4 in a game winner over Baylor. I think Sawyer Robertson and company are going to be just fine, though.
I think they're going to be fine. I said it on the post-game show that this team's going to win 8 games. That would mean they, go undefeated down the stretch, or how many more games?
They're 2-2 as it stands right now, so they've got 8 games left. Yeah.
So that means they go 6-2 at least, and I still believe that this is an offense that was one of the best in the country for a reason coming into this game. They're fine. They got a really good running back in Bryson Washington. They got one of the best tight ends in the country, and they have one of the best, I'm still saying it, one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Absolutely. Sawyer Robertson absolutely deserves that love. Also want to give some love to Derek Eusebio. Let him play more at Arizona State. I've got to say that.
Here's your crown the king of Eusebio. Eusebio City. I
am the president of Derek Eusebio's fan club. First meeting next Friday at Mountain America Stadium. Be there or be square. Is it a 7 p.m. kick?
Yeah, well, I think it's 6, but let's get there at 4.
4:15.
Okay.
Yeah, 4:15 on that one. Moving along, BYU having some trouble early with East Carolina, but they did get the job done. 34-13 on the back of LJ Martin going over the century mark. Are we at all concerned about BYU?
Not because of this game, no.
For other reasons?
I mean, no, I'm not concerned yet. Just Barrett Bachmeier hasn't had to do anything yet.
Yeah, I mean, 18-25, 246 and a touchdown. You'll take that any given game. BYU, on the flip side, looking ahead, does have some interesting matchups on the road at Colorado next week. Should be interesting. But after that, I mean, West Virginia, they should win. Arizona on the road. I mean, the Wildcats playing all right. And then good. You got Utah, Iowa State, Tech, and TCU in a 4-game stretch.
Everyone's schedule in the Big 12 I look at, and I'm like, this isn't – oh, my God.
There's like one stretch.
Oh, my God. ASU actually doesn't have one stretch. It's the entire schedule that they have. It should be interesting. Speaking of Colorado, though, game's still going on, but they're looking good.
Yeah, 100%. 30-13 right now. Caden Salter, I feel like you can throw away the conversations now about your starting quarterback. 286 through the air. As it stands right now with the fourth quarter, just getting started. 3 touchdowns as it stands right now.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't get the ball to Amari Miller literally every play.
Seriously.
He's their best player, and it's really not that close. Jordan Seaton, their star offensive lineman, in street clothes tonight. Ooh. I don't know what his situation is. I know he's been upset. We'll see what transpires from that.
That should be really, really interesting. Well, maybe the least interesting thing we saw in the Big 12 probably over the last year has honestly been Mike Gundy's Oklahoma State Cowboys. Still haven't beaten an FBS team in quite some time, and they lost to Tulsa on Friday, 19-12. Is it time for Gundy to pack his bags?
It might be. Do you give him grace with a second bad year? After you're 3 years removed from one play away from the college football playoff? Do you give him grace?
What do you do? If you're the AD, what do you do with Mike Gundy?
I talk to Mike Gundy and I say, what do you think's going on, Michael?
You're a little bit nicer than I am.
Michael Gunderson.
Michael Gunderson. Yeah. I'm giving Gundy the rest of the year. And I'm telling him, if we don't go bowling, you're gone.
I also just think, look, dude, it's a weird, makeup of a team the last 2 years. You've had geriatric quarterbacks,
geriatric O-linemen.
You've had.
Stop trying to play with NFL guys that aren't going to cut in the league.
The problem with college football is it's not just coaching; you're also a GM, and so you got to supplant better players on the field. We'll see if they can continue to do that, or if they can start doing that again. But right now, it's looking shaky for Dr. Gundy.
Before we get out of here, as always, any major surprises to you at the end of this first week of conference play for the majority of these teams?
I mean, UCF blowing out North Carolina, but that's more of me being surprised that North Carolina actually stinks, because I kind of liked them going into this year. I don't anymore. Not really any major surprises. The Tech Utah game was the biggest takeaway. For me, if you've watched these programs, you know I've been a non-Red Raider believer because I don't believe in just throwing money at something.
You believe in the power of friendship.
And not only do they have the talent, they also have the camaraderie, and that is horrifying. Texas Tech is the best team in this conference.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm just going to say. I know, no disrespect to Rocco Beck and Matt Campbell and Iowa State. I know you haven't done anything wrong yet. Texas Tech's just done everything right a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm with you. Texas Tech, biggest surprise for me. Everybody all offseason was saying, look at this, look at that, look at the money they're spending, look at the roster, look at everybody they're getting. The question was, are they going to put it together? The answer is absolutely. Guys, let us know, what was the biggest surprise and your biggest takeaway from an electric week 4 of college football? And of course, for all of your Arizona State Sun Devil news and notes, make sure you check out the PHNX Sun Devil Show. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button on your way out, and we'll see you next time.